All right, this is this is gonna be my take on Mordred video. Mordred from Fate, Fate. I don't want the Artorian legend, but she is a, or she is a Artorian legend. So I guess you could say, but this is gonna be considered sport. Um, spoilers for Apocrypha, Fate Go, not all of Fate Go, but certain parts of Fate Go, and that's pretty much gonna cover. But like I said, if you haven't been to this, London Singularity, played the Apocrypha, into Inheritance of Glory, or either the or watch a Fate Apocrypha, then I feel like you should click off this video because it contains spoilers from all of it. Now, like I said, in the background, she is from those series, and the thing about that is that I feel like and she it. Alright, let me start this over. She is a servant, so she is one of those servants that are summoned from the throne of heroes. So that pretty much covers what she is. But I'm gonna go into her character. Now, the thing I really liked about Mordred's characters is pretty much just her personality in general. But one of the biggest things I want to touch about her character is how she develops in the Apocrypha, or how she slightly sees through her own self and her own deception. Like within the Apocrypha, since we're not focused on one single character, everybody is pretty much the MC of their own story, and that is how it's reflected in the Apocrypha. We get to see a little bit here and there of each character. So Mordred does get screen time, but it's not like it's a full is maybe King Arthur from Unlimited Blade Works, or either Nero from Fate Extra. So, or Extella. I think they're one and the same, I think. But so we get to see her a little bit there, but seeing how she came in somebody who wants, especially as a treacherous knight, is somebody who's kind of just wants to take the king's place, and think that, yeah, and she was just angry that, her father never noticed her, her father never acknowledged her, even though she, knew that, but, and how mad he, was to become the treacherous knight, how mad, things happen, and how fast things were, happen. And in the Fate version, you also see that her mother kind of put her up to her, or her he up to it to kill, infiltrate, do certain things, and that's how Mordred became one of the knights of the Round Table. Now, what led her to a rebellion is also like by the neglect of her father, by the neglect of some things, because somebody had finally told her that that was her father, and she just never, Artaria never noticed it. But I feel like what makes this story so great is, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit, because if you want to, I feel like Odekai Kun, I'll put a link to his channel. I think he has done a lore video on this, so if you really want to watch that, watch that. But like, that's how he led to become his, treacherous, because his father pretty much just didn't acknowledge him. King Arthur never acknowledged, Mordred in the Fate version. And that's kind of what led to this rebellion. But it came more to seeing that, seeing her realizing that what really was the at fault was the burden put on King Arthur, and mainly was that she thought she thought she wanted just to pull a sword out just to be king. It transformed into her wanting to pull a sword out just to save the burden from falling on her mother slash father. Like, well, father. Let's just put it like that. So I feel like I just like how that change is, in her story, and also I just love her attitude. Like I said, when I say I love her personality, I love her attitude too. Like, it feels like she's not really a tsundere. She's not really a tsundere, but she just hides her feelings under a tough shell because she don't want to, she. Like I said, with that whole transition, she actually does care. She does care for her father and stuff like that. But she just doesn't want that to be now, because, and it's just because of pride and stuff like that. So honestly, I really love Mordred. Like, personal opinion, I really love Mordred. I fell in love with her character, especially in London, where, like, she meets Artoria for the first time, and now she thinks that she's come back for revenge, and she just deludes herself, and we can see her more carrying Mordred. She deludes herself into thinking that, what she's doing is for herself when it really just is for her and she really does care. So I feel like honestly what makes Mordred so great for me is how well her character is, used in Apocrypha and other series in other ways that reflect her true nature and reflect that little thing. Like her blushing at certain simple things and her the way she jumps on opportunity, especially when she, even if she deludes herself into thinking she's a hard, treacherous knight with no emotions, she comes back as a character that has, that she comes back as a character is that we know deeply has emotions for those, and realizing that if sometimes she just can't self delude her into thinking that she doesn't have them emotions, or thinking that she does this because of herself when she's really thinking of other people. So this been, more just thing. I feel like it's not really that good compared to others, but if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, you can still leave a thumbs up. But if you could comment down you can comment down below why you didn't like it. Share this video, subscribe to your boy if you're new here. And this has been Stark OJ. Peace. Been Stark OJ.